Hello, welcome back to Funtime Crafts 24/7. This is a product demo video, and what I'm going to demo for you today is actually quite a few different products. And the reason being is because Michaels is having a flash sale today. So today is July 10th, 2025. Today only, I'm pretty sure, Flash 40, FLASH 40, 40, use that code and any regular priced item you get 40% off. I just recently watched a product haul demo video from VNA Creates, and she did a bunch of the new Michaels Recollections crafty tools and crafty items, and I ended up picking up the Recollections rotating cutting board, and I am not disappointed. Oh my goodness, this thing is fantastic. I picked up some of the new brushes. These are wonderful. I also picked up this punch board, the We Are Makers or Memory Keepers pocket punch board. But and some dies, some Recollections dies. I got the 3D butterfly. I got the bows. I ended up getting the film strip ones, the camera film strip ones, a couple of those different sets, and they cut very nice. The dies work beautifully. The brushes work really good. This turntable is rockin' awesome. I absolutely love it. Just for a cutting mat is fabulous. The fact that it rotates, it has super, super grippy feet on the bottom. So when you are turning it or whatnot, the turntable doesn't actually shift on the table. It only rotates. So it's terrific. It has terrifically grippy feet. They're fantastic. It's got these holders on the side that help you rotate the turntable, which are wonderful. And then the thing that just put it over the edge is I thought, oh my goodness, this thing would be awesome if it had a grip mat on top of it. And so I actually reached out to Michael's to see if they would make a circular grip mat that fit this. Would be just phenomenal. So I ended up putting, just to test the theory, I ended up putting a jelly plate on top of it, which this is sticky also on both sides. It's just much thicker and squishier than a grip mat. But it worked so stinking good. This thing works phenomenal. You pop a paper on there, you can stencil on top of this, you can ink on top of this, you can stamp on top of this. And the cool thing is this, as you're blending and inking and doing whatever, you could do markers on the top of it. And this just rotates and helps you to get your crafty project done. And this thing is just phenomenal. So everything that I'm going to demo today is just because of this rotating cutting platform. This thing is fantastic. Recollections knocked out of the park and did a great job with it. It actually has a it has a a double-sided. It has a little hole here so you can get the mat out, but it's a dual-sided healing mat, cutting self-healing mat, which has like great dimensions, great measurements, crisp lines. It's really, really nice, and it dual-sided, so you get double the money out of it, right? That's like really good. And it's like super flat across the top. It's got a couple grips here, so if you have large items on here, it'll help stabilize it as you're cutting it out for this purpose here. But you guys, if you have a gel press plate, I mean, this is next level. This is next level. You have a grip mat too, because some of the grip mats will fit right on top of here. I actually did end up buying a larger grip mat from Amazon for about, I think it was about $12. I got like a 9x9 or a 9.5x9.5 off of Amazon to go on the top of this. This is a jelly plate. So this is gelatin. So it's super squishy. So it's great for ink blending on. You can even stamp on it and that sort of thing. But it's really, really thick. Whereas the grip mats, those are photopolymer, and they hold your paper on here and everything, but they're much, much thinner, and they're a little bit stiffer. They're still pliable and everything, so you can wash them off and all that kind of thing. But they're not squishy like this, and they're much thinner. They're like just a really, really thin layer, like 2 millimeter or 4 millimeter or something like that. But they're really great for the same purpose because they're sticky on both sides as well, just like a jelly plate is. And so if you want to ink up tiny little embellishments, you pop them on and you do your ink blending or whatever, and they work really, really great. So hopefully Recollections does something with that and makes a grip mat to fit the top of this, because this thing would be, that would just next level, out of this world. I mean, they knocked it out of the park with this self-healing rotating mat just because it's so fabulous, but the grip, it'd be out of the world. This it'd just be, would be awesome. So there it is there, and that's what the video is for, is to demo this thing here. But we need a project, and so I thought I got this at the same time, and this thing is wonderful. I love it. And so I thought, let's demo this. And then the other thing I'm loving too right now is the We Are Makers or Memory Keepers charm stapler. This thing is so fun. So let me show you what I've made with the board. This board makes pockets, and you can make really tiny ones. I don't even think this is the smallest one you can make. You can make really, really tiny ones. But this is like this one is a 2 by 3 1/4, or no, 2 by 3 is what this size is. Super cute. You can do a flap or one with just a notch. Like so, right? How fun is that? Or you can make this big mumbo jumbo. That thing, that big daddy right there, this thing is awesome. And this is a 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. It is wonderful. I'm gonna make a photo album out of a bunch of these pockets. I think it's gonna be really, really cool. But this is what I used that jelly plate on top of that rotating, was to get this inking and to do all the stamping and stuff. Like, and then that's the charm stapler, right? Oh my goodness. And this is one of Michael's Recollections brand brads, the little button brad. Oh, that is so fun. And so, yeah, this makes a great closure for your envelopes. And so I thought, like, right, how darling is that? So then I made this size, added some beads, same type of deal here, and just really, really stinking fun. And I just love how these came out. So you can put pictures in them, ephemera in them, whatever you want to organize. I mean, like, how fun is that, right? A little more like vintagey, distressy type here. Well, here. So that's what this one looks like, right? Like, so stinking fun. And then, right? Isn't that great? That is pretty awesome as well. And then the other thing I was just going to tell you, I'm not going to demonstrate, but Michael's Recollection brand dies phenomenal. They work beautiful, cut out really nice, super easy, and they're so economical. They're really fantastic. This is the 3D butterfly one, and look, it comes with that really great pedestal, so you could pop it up on 3D projects, shadow boxes, home decor, whatever it is you want, and it is really, really nice. It's like a 1 inch tall. I mean, could you imagine this in some flowers and peat moss and everything, and it's just all 3D and gorgeous like that? That is awesome. These are the bow dies, I got the bow die set, and this is a couple of the layering ones that are in it, and they cut beautifully. Look how intricate that one is, and it cut it out so clean and nice. Dual layered, and then this one is like 4 layers for that sweet little thing right there, and these are just super fun. And look at all the detail that you get inked up on the jelly plate on top of that, like rotating it and everything. Just really fantastic. And like I said, the brushes work beautiful. These are the small ones, and the large ones work the same as the small. I am loving those. So yeah, so let's just get started. This is supposed to be super quick, just so that way I can tell you about the flash sale, because I think that these are both really fun. Oh, so these are the charms too. This is a normal brad, and then this is the charm stapler. Like, right? How fun is that? Just a regular gold brad gives you a little closure there, pop some beads on it, and that's that bow again. Like, right? How pretty is that? And yeah, the charm. So this thing works beautiful. And and you can get these items on Michael's website. I don't know if they're on the sale, flash 40, if they're regular priced, or if they're on sale, I'm not sure. But let's go ahead and let me show you how this works. And because I'm actually supposed to be doing something else. But it's only today only, so I was like, let's just show you how cool that thing is. And so on the bottom of the pocket punch board, there's this little turquoise pocket that holds the punch guide. Plus, that is also where your scoring tool is located right here on the side. The scoreboard has 4 notched pockets, has a notch punch here, and you line it up in between whatever letter it says, and I'll show you where you find that out. It has 2 extender feet here and here to line up your pocket. It has this cutting tool that stores here. That has a rounded piece on one side and a knife on the other. The rounded piece goes in the large slot there, so it goes like this, and the cutting mechanism, or the little knife portion, goes in the little cutting ditch right there. So like that, and it just glides around like so, like that, and then it stores here like that, and then this flips up and down. There is a number guide at the top that's 1, 2, 3. That this has an arrow that goes down, and then you're going to put it in the coordinating slot that the guide tells you. And then there's a letter guide, so it goes from A to F. So A, B, C, D, E, F. And it has an arrow that goes to the right. And so you'll put this in the coordinating letter one on whatever the guide tells you. And so then on here, I already have a sheet of paper that's cut to 7 by 5.5. So we're going to make that envelope size. And I was just primarily, when I was testing this out, wanting to utilize a full sheet of paper like really well. So that's why I chose this one. So this is 7, is it? Or do I have to cut it still? Oh, I got to cut it. But I'm going to do mine 7 by 5.5, which will make a 7 by 5.5 will make a 3 1/4 by 4. So this first line of numbers is the size of the pocket that you're going to create at the end. The second one is your guide label. So it tells you, like on the one we're going to make, this one 3 1/4 by 4. It says D and the number 2. And so on here, you're going to put this on D, the letter 1. And up here, you're going to make sure this is on the number 2, the coordinating number. And it has pegs that just go down in the 2. And so does this one, pegs. And then you're just going to cut your paper size accordingly, which mine says 7 by 5.5. If you're going to do a notch one, so one that has is like that style there, that doesn't have a flap, it's just notched at the top, your paper is going to change. So where was that at? Right there. If you just wanted to do the notched top, you're going to cut your paper to 7 by 4 3/4. But we're not. We're doing it with the flap. So mine is, and so the flap is the one in the third one over is your flap size, the envelope with the flap guide. So I'm doing 7 by 5.5, and then the end one is the paper size, the notch one that just does the notch. So there you go. So and then I'm gonna pop this back on the bottom, back in the little envelope that goes, and this thing slides all the way out. But I don't want to lose this, because otherwise you have no idea how big to make the paper. You'd have to do a bunch of testing, so don't lose that little thing. Okay, so let me cut this real quick. Hold on. Okay, so I got 7 by 5.5, and now when you use this 7, the first number, which mine was 7, goes to the top, and the second number goes to the one on the left. So you're gonna orient your paper with the coordinating number. So my first number at 7 is gonna go up to the top, and the 5.5 is gonna go to the left. And what you're going to do is you're just going to push the paper up into the corner of these two. You want to make sure it's nice and snug and it's not shifting on the corner of these two. So all the way up into there. You're going to flip this down, pop your knife out, pop it in the little guide there, and then you're going to trim your first corner off. Oops. Like that. And then what you want to do is you want to lift this up, and you want to put it your second notch for this side on the same coordinating side, but you want to flip it over like this, so they're both on the long side. So you're going to push it up into the corner, making sure it's not shifting. Push this down, and then go ahead and cut accordingly. There we go. And now to get the other side, you want to then turn this over like that, away from you, and make sure it's all the way up in the corner, and cut the other long side that coordinates. It's the opposite side, right? Your corners you want on the same side of whatever the dimension is. You want it across from each other. So two on one side and two on the other that are across. So you're going to go like that. Flip it down. Pop this in here. And you don't have to be in a hurry. You can go slow. Take your time. Don't go maniac speed like I'm trying to because I'm in a hurry. Because I'm supposed to be doing something else. But the flash sale is like today only. So I was like, come on, we can do this. And that rotating, the rotating mat is so nice. Or platform is so nice. Oh my gosh. Wait till you stencil. So pull your scoring tool out of the side there. Make sure these are still pressed up into the corner. And on the board, there are two dashed lines. And then on each of there's two score lines here. So you're going to follow the dashed and pop your scoring tool into each of those, following it down. And you're going to score both of those, and you're going to flip your paper. So here we are, back here, right? So follow the score line. I generally actually just go from here like that. And the same down here. I generally, but you can follow it from up there like that, and that'll tell you. So then you want to flip and rotate. Nope, that's a lie. Flip. So we were like this, and so now I want to go this way, and then like this, to where you're on the opposite to that you didn't do before. Okay, and so I'm just going to go here, though. You can go either way if you want to start from there. Okay, and there we go. That's our pocket. And so now we're done with this. We're done with this tool. And we can fold this all back up and store that away. And now, I scored it on the wrong side, but that's okay. You're going to fold these two like this. And if you were cutting this out of decorative paper, you would, be done here. But we're going to ink this up. You would be done. So all you'd have to do is adhere this. Put a piece of score tape there, and then press them. And then that would be your envelope. You'd be totally finished. Other than whatever closure mechanism, like if you want to do a Velcro dot or whatever, you wanted to do a brad, however you wanted to do that, you would be good to go with that. But we're going to ink it so I can show you how, and we're going to use the charm stapler so I can show you how that's done. So now I have my rotating mat here, and this is fantastic. So what I'm going to do is just pop that on there. It doesn't shift at all. Like, this thing doesn't move at all. And now we're just going to do a little inking on this and a little stamping. So I get a couple colors here. These are Ranger dye ink and Archival ink. So I got pink gumball and magenta hue. And so I'm just going to, and watch this. Oh my goodness, this is fabulous. This is just fantastic. But watch this. So this allows you to rotate it however you want. And you can go, and I'm moving this. This thing wouldn't move otherwise. Like, and yeah, and these brushes are great. Oh my goodness, I am in love with them. And yeah, you're just gonna use this like, yeah, and if this fit, I wouldn't have to traverse the corners of my jelly plate, but that's okay. Hopefully they will get my message and think it's a good idea as well. That's what I'm hoping, because that would be so phenomenal. Okay, but we gotta get this show on the road because I gotta get going. There we go. There. Let's go ahead and do a different color here. We'll do a little bit of stamping. So here we go. Oops. Always in a hurry, and it's like everything wants to fall and like drop, and so here we go there. Yeah, these brushes are great too. Oh my goodness. And you can just stamp on this too, like with you can stamp on this with a block, or you can just use the stamps themselves. Like if you have rubber stamps or whatever, You can just use the rubber stamps right onto this as well. Because this is jelly press plate. It's got enough give that it works awesome. But it's like whatever, however you're comfortable, you know, that's what you want to do. So that's it. But like to ink blend, the paper doesn't shift. It's so awesome. I just love it. And now to clean the plate, if you're gonna just utilize your jelly plate, I just literally making these envelopes. I've just been cleaning the plate with itself because this picks up all the ink and it's on the inside. I don't care. So you're not gonna see that. It's gonna be an envelope. But I do want color here. So I am gonna do this. And then I'm also gonna stamp this. That is totally good enough there. I'm going to be fine with that. And now we're done with that. But these, yeah, the brushes work awesome. And I'm not sure what the story is on what. And let's go ahead and use some of these Stampers Anonymous, this Tim Holtz ones here. We're going to, just because this will be really quick. This will get me there. And actually, we can just use the same color here. This will just get me because it's so fast. And we'll just go ahead and ink this up. Like right. And let's see if we got the whole thing or we need to pop a little extra stamping on there. Got the whole thing. So it's going to open like that, right? That's going to be so cute. And that's what the back looks like, right? That is pretty stinking fun. And so I'm going to go ahead and pick my ink up now so I don't get it where I don't want it. And boom, we're clean there. And so now I'll flip this over and we can go ahead and ink this up now. Ink this up. I washed this stamp, but it doesn't look like it. And same thing, another, it's out of that same set. Okay, so where are we for the top? Okay, that's my top. So there. Okay. So let's go here. There. There we go. And I think I want some inking, some writing on that one. I think, let's see. Right there, that looks pretty cool. And then let's stamp this like here now, okay? But we're gonna stamp it with the other color, the other Ranger ink. And that way it will kind of coordinate there. And I'm just doing this really fast, guys. I know it's not the best, but to give you an idea of just how fun like all the different fun you can have with this. Hopefully this comes out. I don't know. There we go. See, that's not so bad. That's pretty good, right? Okay, so now let's pop this up. So now this is done. So now we can go ahead and, let's see, probably go this way. Like, right? How fun is that? And you got that gorgeous envelope. That is so cool. And then we can pop a bow on that. And that will be a hoot. It'll be like that. And so this will be like this. Like, right? That is pretty good. So I wish this had a little bit more. Let's do a little bit more. Let's just put it like a little bit of writing there. I love that. That is pretty good. And maybe do a little pick that up to get that off there. And then maybe just a touch of something. We need a something. Oh, here we go. I got this little Anna Griffin one. Oh, sorry. This tiny little Anna Griffin butterfly. Let's see what this guy looks like. We'll pick that up with the tool. And let's see if we can fit it right there. Right? I think that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay, but we needed a little stamp off there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, it's over. Okay, so let's put some, ready? Let's see. We need score tape right here. We're going to put, so to finish this envelope, we're going to put score tape. Wait, let's see which way we actually want to go. So we're done with this. And so let's see what we want to do there. So we were going to do like that, right? We're going to do like that. Okay. It was too boring. Yeah, we're going to do like that. So let's put score tape there, on the edge of there, and on the bottom flap down here to get our little pocket, right? Oh, is that the right? Oh, wrong side. Oh, wrong side. Oops. Wrong side. Wrong side. It goes on this one. Whoops. Sorry. I don't want that one. I want this one. You guys are probably screaming at me. Wrong side. I know, right? Don't be doing stuff in haste. Jeez. Okay, there we go. Pop this on. There we go, like this. Right? Look how cute. Oh, and that is pretty good. That is pretty good. And then we can pop that on like that. That'll be super fun. Maybe we don't need that. Maybe we'll do this little one. Oh, we'll do this little one. Oh, let's do the little one. We'll do the little one. There. I can be happy with that. Well, yeah, let's do the little one like that. We'll do the little one. That's pretty cute. Let's pop this on here. The little one. And now what we're going to do is, let me get some twine. Hold on. Okay, so I got some twine. And now what you want to do is you want to get your charm stapler. It pops off like this. It opens like that. That's where you put the charm in. But you can actually line your paper up like this. And you want to line it up where you think it's going to go. But you want to open this to make sure that's where you want it. First off, we have to get some score tape. I'm just going to, just the tiniest amount of score tape. I'm going to put it in the center of where I want my charm to be, and my tying ribbon, or twine. And I'm just going to make a tiny loop, and I'm going to put it right in that score tape, because that's what's going to hold it for me. And so now I'm going to line this up on here, and then I can actually manipulate this to come up, and I want it to be in the middle of these two little bracket things, because that's where the charm is going to actually staple to. And so now I can go ahead and we could do one of these gold ones. Oops. Let's do love this. Or no, let's actually do the little flower. We'll do a little flower. Oops. And I think you can get these little charm staples. I think you can get these at Michael's as well. So then the prongs go down. The design goes facing towards you. And so then this is also how you want it to look when you put this in as well. Where you're going to staple it at. So it's kind of a little crooked ways. So I'm thinking, let's just do this. So once you get it where you want it, it looks like it's going to be good. You're going to go, whoops. Don't move it. And then you're just going to close it, and then you're going to press. And then you're going to pop this off when it's finished. And that is what it looks like, right? That is pretty good, right? So it holds your twine. And now we need something for this to wrap around. And so I'll just do a little gold brad. And so I'm going to, and then I have these gold beads. This was John's idea to put the beads on the bottom. He's like, you need a little something, a little more bling. So I was like, okay, what if we put these on there? He's like, yeah. You need beads. Oh, it was great. I was like, I left my glamour at home, and he's like, okay, I got mine. His little glamour idea. I was like, oh, that'll do. We make a good team. Okay, so I got my little gold brad. These are, I think I got these at Joann's. The button ones like this, I got at Michael's. They're a Recollections button little brad. They're so cute. So then take your We Are Memory Keepers punch, your punch, and I just gonna use the little side, and I'm gonna put it in like this. Oh wait, hold on. You need to also close this and figure out where you want your brad to actually be, and pop a mark where you want it to be. So I want mine to be right about there, just like in the center of where that is. And then so then what I'm gonna do is, see, this has a little hole puncher that comes out, and I'm going to line that up on my mark. So slide this inside the envelope, and then wait till it comes out, and then line it up right on top of wherever your little mark is. Like that. And then press. Boom. Oh, that's a big one. But I think this is a big one anyways. Then what you're going to do is you're going to pry this open. And these are a little bit stiffer, but not all the way, just a little bit. And what you're going to do is you're going to pop this in here like this. And then you're just going to finish opening them. But what you want to do first is you want to close this, and you want to wrap this around before you finish. And so that way you have room, and your brad is not on there too tight. You want to make sure you've got room to wrap your string around before you actually finish popping it down. And so that way you'll have space. There you go, like that. So then you can finish pushing it. But if it's too tight, just open it back up and wrap it around. If it's too tight, open it up, wrap it around, and then gently, because you want to be mindful of the paper. Like, it could punch through the paper. That's what its purpose is for. So then once you get it where you want it, then you can finish pressing, right? Like that. And then bam, you got a super cute little envelope with a fun charm staple. Oh, and then we're going to put the beads on. That's right, I forgot about that. And if you put glue on the end, it will hold them, and you'll be able to thread. It will either hold it so it won't fray. If you put a little art glitter glue on the end of your twine, it won't fray. And then it'll also make it easier too for threading. But here, we're just going to tie a knot at the end, thread the bead on, tie a knot at the end. Like so. And then you'll have, right? That is so cute, right? And like, how easy was that? So We Are Makers pocket punch board, totally awesome. Recollections rotating cutting mat, totally good. And like, look how cute that is. That is adorable, is it not? That is like, right? That is so cute. And boom, like, that is really darling, isn't it? And you can do all kinds. You like super big ones. I mean, like, these are adorable. And look at those charms. Aren't those charms so sweet? That charm stapler, that is so cute. Like, and this is the pocket punch board. These are the Recollections dies, like, right? So there it is. Today only, I'm pretty sure that sale is. Flash 40 is the discount code on regular priced crafty items, or regular priced items. I'm not sure what it all entails, but it was crafting, is all the stuff I saw. So you can get the rotating board. Whoopsie. You can get the rotating board. Its normal price is $20. You get 40% off of it. The grip mat, their Recollections grip mat is $10. It's on sale, so it's $10. There's die sets are about 8. The little the bow and the butterfly one were $8, and I'm not sure what the other ones were, but oh my goodness. I got the pocket punch board from Michaels. I also got, yeah, I got the pocket punch board from there. Anyways, go look. Oh, the brushes were the other thing. So let me know what you think. If you picked up the rotating cutting mat or cutting platform as well, and what you thought of it, the brushes, or any of the stuff that you picked up from watching VNA Creates, and let me know what you think of the project. Thanks so much for hanging out. Until next time, happy crafting, everyone. Flash 40 discount code Michaels Recollection stuff. Okay, bye.